Well, welcome back, you wonderful bunch of cyclists and fans of all things bike. Welcome back to downhill smooth tarmac, and today we have a slice of retro mountain bike heaven in the shape of my Kona Cinder Cone. Yes, I know it's not like an explosive where you've got some lovely Tange Prestige tubing, but it is in remarkably good condition and has a little bit of a story behind it. So let's kick off with that. You'll see it's actually got some carbon bars, 1 inch headset stem, and a few other purpley bits and V-brakes, because I did like a Resto Mod commuter thing, as actually this bike has been a boomeranger. I built this, well actually no, I didn't build it, I butchered it for a customer. Custom build, custom order back when I had my shop. They decided after all my hard work they didn't want it. They had a bit of a marmar, off they went. I lost a load of money and ended up with this stuck in the shop with curved forks and loads of other awful things. So I converted it into what you see here, including this carbon post. So I put some carbon Resto Mod going on. This carbon post was a really bad idea because, unbeknownst to me, it had a little bit of lacquer peel. So I gave it a new coat of lacquer, and the lacquer hadn't quite hardened. You know what's coming. She got a little bit stuck. So I put the bike away, never to be seen again. Just into storage, basically, to get it out of my sight. Last week, I decided, as part of my New Year's resolution to sort all my bikes out, that I was gonna bring it back to life and I was gonna get that troublesome seat post out, and I did it with the help of Mr. Miami. That's it, the trusty Mr. Miami Vice, that is. Out came that seat post, and then my cogs started turning. I want it retro again. I want it retro cool. I don't want V-brakes. I don't want carbon bits. So I started digging around and I found they're actually Cannondale Coda, but they are a nice flat silver set of bars with a silver stem. I found some silver spacers to replace the carbon down here. We're going to keep the ballistic forks, but I even found the original suntour brake levers. Yes, for the canties. However, I can't find the canties. Suntour canties might have some knocking around somewhere, but it's unlikely. So I've got some Riches. You know, on this channel, I love a Ritchie Logic brake. So we're going to have Ritchie Logic 2s. They're going to be going on. So for this video, it's not a full-on restoration, but it is a rebuild to make this back into something cool and usable, because at the moment, it's neither of those things. So we're going to click as per usual. We're going to roll the credits, get into a time lapse. We're going to strip down what we need to strip down, and then we're going to start putting some shiny, old school, retro cool bits. I've waffled too long. Roll the credits. Okay, so slight change here in the stem. The silver one I had was a 1 inch, but other than that, I've got rid of all the modern stuff, and this is starting to get a little bit more like the way I want it to look. I'm just going to add in those awesome Suntour levers, although I've got a feeling we might end up rebuilding one of these because it's not very springy. Okay, so actually managed to fix that loose lever. It's just the spring had just come out of place, so we're going to carry on putting these into place with some grips next, and then we're going to move on to all the cool stuff. Oh, yes. There we go. Right, lock some grips in place. Yeah, I'm reusing the lock-on grips that are a bit more modern. This just looks timeless cool. So cool. Right, let's tighten that lever up as well. Now, I should mention, when it comes to this build, I am going to attempt to reuse as much of the old stuff as possible, including the cables and whatnot, because before I put this in storage they were all new, so why not? I've also just realised that I'm about to come unstuck here when I start putting the brakes on, because I've got no hanger. I removed the canty hanger to put the 1 1/8 stem on with V-brakes, so we're going to go in search of a hanger. In fact, we'll make that the next job after we do talk about wheels. Okay, so let's talk wheels and tyres. We've got the bar set up there, looking absolutely amazing. There's torque wheels and tyres. The Baldies are back. The Baldwins, Baldy 26 by 2.1s are back, and they're now sitting quite happily on the Suntour hubs laced to the UMT 17 rims, which are original to this bike. The only what if, and it is a big what if, is this Kona, if I remember correctly, is super duper narrow out back. So without further ado, we're going to chuck these in and make sure, I know the front's going to clear because that's a lot more modern. We don't know where we are with the back. It might work, it might not. If it doesn't, we might have to try and get the same tyre but in a 1.95. Not the end of the world, but I kind of want to finish it in one hit with this video. So we're going to cut to trying these out. Let's do the back first and see if it fits. I'm here, let's offer it up and let's see what we get. Not going mad, by the way. You might notice I haven't gone mad polishing these up because this bike is going to get ridden. Before I converted it and mucked about with it, I had some really fun rides on this bike, even though it is right on the cusp of what fits me. This is looking hopeful. I've tried certain knobblies in this bike before that have caught, so the reason why I'm being a bit anxious is because I've struggled with 1.9s before. So let's see if this 2.1 is going to fit. I reckon we might get away with this because it's that gravel tread. It's not very knobbly. That clears. Beautiful. Oh, that looks absolutely spanking as well. Right, we know the front one's going to fit. I mean, that is close. Looking at the clearance, that is close. Let's do the front as well. So I know the front's going to fit because this fork, this ballistic, it is a little newer than the 1991 frame. It's blooming cavernous. So let's put that into there. This should give us our first look at the bike and how it's going to look. Oh yeah, this is awesome. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh yeah, let's cut to it. Let's have a look at it in all its glory. Okay, well, if I wasn't excited before, I'm excited now. That is retro cool. I cannot wait to get my hands on this. Next step, let's get some brakes. Let's get them set up. Let's find a hanger and then we'll just give it all a good clean and service. Yeah, come on, let's find some brakes. Okay, so managed to solve our hanger problem. I found an 1.8" threaded hanger for canties. Got rid of the little knurled part inside with the file, and it fits the A-head headset perfectly. So we're going to stand the front brake now. We're going to fit up some canties. Yes. Okay, so we're going to get some canties in place now in the shape of some Richie Logic. Okay, just going to grease the brake posts, and we're also going to fit brand new pads as well, just for good measure, because these are ancient canties before. Same as a V-brake, use the middle hole to start off with. Next to the brake post. Let's just get rid of these brake pads very briefly. You'll notice I'm actually fitting the brake pads before the post bolts. That is for good reason, and that good reason is the fact that we're putting brake boosters on, and these pads will be fiddlier to initially fit. Okay, so let's get them brake boosters on. Right. If you grew up in the UK in the halcyon days of the mountain bike's arrival, these are the parts you dreamt of. Anodized purple. If it was anodized purple, it immediately made your bike better. And for those of us who didn't have enough pocket money for this kind of thing, well, we're making up for it now. These are Tektro, new old stock. Do they make any difference? Well, the theory is they stop the frame flexing. Do they work? Well, if you run some Magura hydraulics, you will have brake boosters and you can see the frame flex. So I suppose the theory is sound. Do you need them? No. Do they look cool? Absolutely they do. Once these are in place, tighten them up like you would without them. They should tighten right down. Make sure that the brakes still work once they're tight. Oh, I've got a floppy brake. Set that back out and have a look at that. Oh, my guess would be right. Almost one for the bloopers. Thought about doing the bloopers reel. Too much swearing. Lovely. Oh, beautiful. Right onto the front one. Front one. Okay, so front is just the same. And I've dropped one just the same as I did with the last one. A little bit of grease on them posts again. If you choose to grease the threads, that's entirely up to you. I don't. I don't agree that's the right course of action when the bolts come with thread lock on. Some people do. The brake's in place. Not with that Allen key, I'm not, because that's the wrong one. Wah, 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 wow. Oh, lovely. Oh, very nice. Oops. Okay, so staying on the front, got a new cable. I was going to use the old ones, but I decided not to. I'm going to get a new cable in place. Probably will still reuse the outer though, if I'm being wholly honest. Oh, these are suntour, so they're really weird, aren't they? Fiddly and fussy, must be a 90s mountain bike. There we go. Right, going to need a little bit of outer for a start from the old set of V-brakes, because there's nothing wrong with it. It's even crimped. What more could you ask for? The cut a length, a bit of a curve in it. Gonna need an end. We're gonna need an end. Gonna need an uncrimping end. Right. Get that in there. Feed it through this newly acquired adjuster. Look at that. Yeah. Straight down. Come on, go in the hole. There we are. It's beautiful. Just going to offset it slightly so it can be adjusted. That's magnificent. It's like I've done this before. There we go. Right. Next bit we're going to need is a straddle cable. Straddle cable. I'm going to use the Shimano ones because that's what I've got. These are dead simple. They make balancing the brakes really easy as well. And these are genuine Shimano, not cheap knockoff ones. Do you know what? I can't even remember what Richie's would have actually had. But these will do the trick just fine, hopefully. Maybe they won't. Do you know what? They won't do the trick. They're not right. We'll have to go with something different. I think we've got some anodized ones knocking about. They'll probably do the trick. Let's go see what we got. Okay, so what a winner. I've just found some purple anodized straddle cables. So we're going to make our own custom length straddles so we can clear these tyres. Not quite sure why we're having such an issue at the front here with clearance, but we'll make it work nonetheless. For those of you that are new to doing canties, there is an optimum angle and straddle length. For some reason, I don't think we're going to get it today, so we'll go with something as close to what we can get. That's just the way it is, like Bruce Hornsby in the range. But in other cool news, the purple, which is ace. Crimp that mother down. Oh, well, hey, that ain't half bad. So straight off the bat, I've got a really good brake feel there. Really good. Just need a little balance. Not sure which way these balance. Be a case of moving the straddle cable over a little bit. Might be how we do these. There doesn't appear to be an adjuster screw for balancing these. Little brake there. I think we've got it. Look at that. Yes, 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 yes. Oh man, she's taking shape. While we're at the front, let's put the let's put the other bits in. This thing is very nearly finished. Give that a crimpy snip. It looks as though this may have gone that way originally. Looking at the wear, I don't think I'm going to do that. How strange. I don't want to go against Joe Murray, but I don't know why the cable wear is over here. Anyway, let's put a cable in. And then we will move to the back of the bicycle. Oh, it's marvellous. It's very civilised. To the back of the bike. Alright, now we're talking. This, I think, is how I've always wanted this to look. I just didn't know it yet. It's just popping. This just looks so right. Now, I am so pleased. Yeah, I know this video hasn't been a full restoration. It's been more of a little tweaky, refurbishy, rebuildy type thing, but I hope you've enjoyed it and I hope it's inspired you for some retro mountain bike shenanigans yourself. If it has, get out there. It's just after Christmas here. It is the time to buy if you're looking to. With that, it's time to sign off and say hope your next ride is downhill, smooth tarmac, keep your wheels spinning, keep your rubber on the road, keep your knobblies on the trail. Remember to be nice to one another, say hello, give each other a nod. Also remember, there's a lot of new cyclists out there. If you see somebody at the side of the road, stop and help them, be decent. They might not even have all the kit they need yet to get themselves home, and you could be that person that saves their bacon. Or vegan bacon, if you're that way inclined. If you get a minute and you've enjoyed my content, please take a moment to like and subscribe. It would mean an awful lot to me. What would mean even more to you is if you get out and ride your bike. So don't let it get in the way of that. Until next time, bike fans, thanks for watching.